Bruh, I ain't gonna lie to you. Every time I think the Akash situation can't get any worse, something else pops up. It's like the universe put that man on a monthly subscription of embarrassment. And the wildest part, half the stuff ruining his life ain't even coming from enemies. It's coming straight from his own wife's mouth.
From Disney and Pixar, Akash believed love was all about giving.
And taking many, many selfies.
This spring, he'll learn marriage is full of surprises.
Akash, I have to tell you something. I don't cook, I don't clean, and your money? But that's my money!
Simp, the Akash story. Only in theaters this spring.
I've been digging through the clips, the podcasts, the interviews, the little throwaway jokes people thought nobody would catch. And trust me, there's a whole timeline here that nobody bothered to connect. And once you see it laid out, yeah, you're going to look at Akash a little different. So buckle up, because today we're walking through every moment where it just kept getting worse for Akash and Jasleen. And why the internet ain't wrong when they say this ain't love, this is PR with a mortgage. Yo, let me break this down the real way. Because what everybody thinks is a viral moment is really just the final domino in a long chain of ignored red flags. This whole Akash situation didn't blow up out of nowhere. It wasn't some random Tuesday where the algorithm said, you know what, let's embarrass this man today. Nah, this was years in the making. For the longest time, little clips would surface. A weird joke here, a strange comment there, a moment where she said something that didn't sound like love. It sounded like subtext wrapped in sarcasm. And at first, nobody cared. People brushed it off like, that's just couple humor. You know how relationships are. Relax, they're just playing. But here's the thing. Every joke was hitting the same pressure points, the same nerves, the same themes. And even worse, every time she joked, Akash had this smile, that tight, awkward smile where you're laughing with your mouth, but not with your eyes. You know the smile. The I can't say anything back or it'll start an argument smile. The I'm trying to be a good guy for the camera smile. The I don't want people to see what's really going on smile. People ignored it for a while, but the internet always remembers. Every clip gets saved. Every comment gets revisited. Every pattern eventually becomes undeniable. So when the drama finally exploded, it wasn't because something new happened. It's because the pile of old moments had become so big that the internet finally said,
Wait a minute! Who are you?
hold on, what exactly are we looking at here? And that's when they zoomed in. That's when the compilation started. When TikTok detectives came out of nowhere like CSI Podcast Edition. The truth? This wasn't a scandal. It was a timeline. A timeline people had been side-eyeing for a long time. And when the internet finally connected the dots, that's when they said, yeah, something ain't right here. See, when the first big clip went viral, folks didn't panic. They treated it like an awkward moment, nothing more. Damn, that's rough. Probably an inside joke. They're comedians. They joke like that. But then clip number 2 hit. Then clip number 3. Then full podcast segments started resurfacing. Whole episodes where she was saying wild things, personal things, uncomfortable things, while Akash sat there pretending he didn't feel the sting.
Akash Singh's wife told him when they first met that he was gonna be her first.
My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Now, let me ask you this.
wow.
Do you believe her?
Well, I certainly don't. Here's why.
So one time I met this guy on Tinder and I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over, like not really wanting to fucking hook up. And I woke up in the morning and my asshole was a little sore. Oh my God.
Bro fell for a level 1 scam. My God. And by the way, just so we're clear, I don't have a problem with his wife having a past. She's an attractive woman that went to a party college. That's to be expected. What I genuinely find disturbing about the situation is the fact that Akash not only fell for the most obvious lie, but he's also now stuck with a woman that takes pride in lowering his status in public.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. I was popping my pussy.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Come on, man.
and living my best life in these white boy frat houses.
She's out here reminiscing about her past on the internet, effectively telling the entire world that Akash does not measure up. That is by far the biggest cardinal sin a woman can commit against a man.
That's when people started connecting the dots. Not one, not two, a whole pattern. And patterns don't lie. Patterns don't need context. Patterns reveal what the people in the situation are trying to hide. Because the internet didn't see an isolated, awkward moment. It saw a series of moments. Same tone, same disrespect, same imbalance, same uncomfortable reactions, same, I'm going to joke about this, but I'm actually serious energy. It got to the point where people were saying, nah, this isn't comedy anymore. This is low-key humiliation. And when the internet shifts from this is funny to this is concerning, you're done. There's no putting that genie back in the bottle. The first clip didn't break the dam. It just cracked it. The next 20 clips, those are the ones that made the whole thing collapse. This is where things got messy because the internet stopped listening to what they were saying and started watching how they were saying it. You ever seen someone laugh with their mouth but apologize with their eyes? That was Akaash. In clip after clip, viewers caught micro reactions, eyebrow twitches, lip compressions, stare into the camera like Jim from The Office moments long, painful blinks, shoulders tensing every time a joke got personal.
I love you, but I actually love you and want to all of you. I will say our haters are kind of really fucking dumb because you hating on us gained me 15,000 followers. That's organic followers. So it's like you're just giving us more relevancy. Like we were literally a pop culture topic and like people couldn't stop talking about it.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
And TikTok, bruh, TikTok turned into a full-blown FBI lab. People were analyzing frame by frame, like, see that shoulder twitch? That's pain. See how he laughs but then looks away? That's embarrassment. See how he sits back when she talks? That's emotional withdrawal. Even casual viewers could feel it. The energy wasn't playfulness, it was discomfort. Not the cute rom-com kind, the this has been a problem off camera for a long time kind. And once the internet smells emotional tension, it doesn't let go. Body language became the headline. Not the jokes, not the story, not the drama. The relationship dynamic itself became content. And when your body language is going viral, it's bad. It's real bad. Here's where the internet completely switched sides. Because a joke is only a joke when it hits different topics, different tones, different themes. But when the joke always circles back to his masculinity, his confidence, his decision-making, his worth, his role, his money, his value in the relationship, that's not a joke anymore. That's a confession disguised as comedy. People started saying, yo, she's not joking. She's venting through humor. She's clowning him publicly because she can't say these things privately. This isn't banter. This is disrespect with a laugh track. And the worst part, every time she finished one of those jokes, she laughed a little too loud, a little too aggressively, like someone trying to cover something real. Meanwhile, Akash just sat there doing that tight, hollow laugh. The type of laugh that says, please don't take this any further. Once the internet labels your jokes as masked resentment, it's over. That's a stain you can't wash off. This is the part that messed people up the most. Because when viewers watched them together, they didn't see a team. They saw a hierarchy. She had the mic, the energy, the confidence. She led the conversations. She made the jokes. She threw the punches. She dominated the emotional space. And Akash, he played defense the whole time. He was soft-spoken, careful, measured, trying not to trigger anything, trying to keep things cool for the camera. The vibe started looking less like two equal partners and more like someone constantly trying not to upset the person next to them. And let's be real, a strong partner is not the problem. A disrespectful partner is. Every clip made it seem like she could say whatever she wanted, however she wanted, with zero consequences. Meanwhile, Akash had to walk this tightrope between staying respectful, staying funny, staying calm, staying unbothered, staying safe. And that imbalance became the real story. People weren't reacting to the drama, they were reacting to the dynamic. Because when one person has full freedom to clown their partner, while the other has to shrink themselves just to keep the peace, the internet will drag that dynamic for months. Here's where things officially spiraled. Because the internet didn't just react, it started digging. You know how people are. One video blows up, and suddenly you've got whole channels turning into investigative units. People started pulling. Old podcast episodes, forgotten live stream moments, panels she was on, clips where she slipped, clips where he flinched, clips where the energy felt off, but nobody noticed at the time. And when TikTok detectives, Reddit analysts, and bored YouTube night owls all start working together, bruh, nothing survives. What they found was wild. Patterns, repetition, moments that mirrored each other almost perfectly. Every clip followed the same structure. She says something wild, disrespectful, or personal. Akash forces a laugh. The room goes awkward. She doubles down. Akash tries to redirect. She still keeps going. It was like watching a loop that had been happening for years. And once the internet sees a timeline, once people start stitching clips together like a movie trailer for humiliation, there's no context that can save you. There's no, you're taking it the wrong way. There's no, we were just joking. Because context stops mattering when the pattern is loud. And their pattern was screaming. Akash went from funny guy on flagrant to, bro, we need to talk, overnight. And Jasleen, she went from comedian personality to walking red flag encyclopedia in 48 hours. When the timeline gets exposed, the narrative becomes unstoppable. And that's exactly what happened here. At first, people defended her, as always. Oh, she's funny. Oh, she's just outspoken. Oh, that's their dynamic.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
But the more footage resurfaced, the more people started going, wait, this feels off. Then it became, wait, this is disrespect. Then, hold up. Does she even like this man? Then it escalated into full chaos. She's embarrassing him. She's humiliating him. She's using him. She doesn't respect him at all. And when the internet flips on you, they flip hard. Comments turn into a battleground. Akash, blink twice if you need help. Free my guy. Bro is suffering. This is emotional abuse. Nah, this ain't it. She's living on recruit difficulty while bro's on veteran mode. Every video, every platform, every topic unrelated to them, people still found a way to drag the situation into the comments. Even neutral viewers who had never seen them before were like, yeah, this dynamic ain't healthy. Public opinion didn't slowly shift. It plummeted like a crypto coin after a scam leak. And once people decide a couple dynamic is off, there's no coming back clean. Even if they fix it in private, the public narrative stays. This man was trying his hardest, really trying to look unfazed, staying professional, keeping the humor going, maintaining that I'm chill, everything's fine persona. But the problem? Silence looks like fear. Composure looks like pressure. Patience starts looking like pain you can't express. And every time he dodged a question, every time he redirected the topic, every time he forced a smile on camera, people noticed. People analyzed it. People turned it into 10-part TikTok series titled Bro is Suffering, Part 61. His professionalism became the exact reason why the story got bigger. Because instead of addressing anything, he tried to outrun the scandal. And that never works. The more he stayed silent, the louder the internet became. And the worst part, his silence made people think, oh, he's used to this. This is not new. This is how he's been coping. Trying to stay strong ended up showing how weak the dynamic was. Trying to be respectful ended up showing how imbalanced the relationship looked. Trying to keep the peace ended up showing how unpeaceful the whole situation really was. You can't hide tension on camera. Not in 2025. The internet reads micro expressions better than therapy sessions. Akash tried to keep it together, and that's exactly why everyone believes it's falling apart. If she had said less, none of this would be happening. But she talked a lot, a whole lot. And not regular talk, not cute couple jokes, not playful banter. We're talking disrespectful anecdotes, intimate details, lines no wife should ever share about her husband, bragging about past partners, bragging about frat house escapades, bragging about things that have nothing to do with comedy, bragging about never kissing him in public, bragging about never doing XYZ with him, bragging about being the reason he's successful, bragging about being the muse, bragging about the joint bank account, bragging about no prenup, bragging about controlling the finances, bragging about my money, bragging about her contributions to his stand-up, bragging about how much she sacrifices while insulting him.
Are you stupid or something?
She didn't joke like a comedian. She joked like someone who believed she had leverage. Someone who believed he owed her everything. Someone who enjoyed reminding him of her power. Her words were worse than the clips, worse than the timeline, worse than the jokes. Because when someone keeps revealing too much, too loudly, too proudly, people start asking the one question he didn't want anyone to ask. Why does she talk about you like this? And that's when public sympathy shifted entirely to Akaash. This wasn't just internet gossip anymore. This became a brand problem, a career problem, a credibility problem. Flagrant comments turned into a graveyard of jokes about Akaash. Fans started heckling him online. Tour videos had people in the comments saying, bro can't even get a kiss. How's he gonna roast somebody? The internet stripped his authority, his credibility, his comedic presence. Once your personal life becomes a bigger meme than your career, you're done, publicly and professionally. Even Andrew Schultz's audience started demanding they talk about it. Joe Rogan rumors started swirling. Clips started circulating of comics mocking him indirectly. He became the punchline, not the comedian, the punchline. And when that happens, your career becomes a hostage situation tied to your relationship drama. When they posted that we're in India content, people instantly went, oh, she's getting factory reset. Oh, they sent her back to the source. Oh, bro's family stepped in. Oh, this is a spiritual repair mission. Oh, she's getting retrained. It became a storyline. Memes everywhere. People analyzing photos, screenshots, body posture, cultural symbolism. People said she was doing community service to cleanse her karmic disrespect. People said he was washing dishes like a man seeking forgiveness from the ancestors. People said they went back to renew vows because the marriage bond had fractures. The entire trip turned into content the same day it was posted. Every outfit, every temple photo, every blessing, every awkward smile. The internet treated their vacation like a Netflix reality show. This is the heartbreaking and real part. Because even if they fix their marriage, even if they heal privately, even if they sit together and say we're good, the internet won't forget this. The clips won't disappear. The comments won't vanish. The timeline won't unexist. The memes will live forever. His respect level publicly, gone. Her reputation publicly, finished. Their couple brand, cooked. The entire internet now views their relationship as the warning sign, the example of what not to do, the case study for disrespect, the man who married the wrong partner. And once the audience sees you that way, you're never the same. Even if they repair things, the narrative is already carved in stone. Look, man, at the end of the day, this whole Akash saga ain't even about gossip. It's about respect, real respect, the kind you feel when nobody's watching. And watching this unfold in public has been wild. You can joke, you can clown, you can laugh, but disrespect that's repeated, consistent, and casual, that's not comedy. That's communication. And that's the part that hit people the hardest. You ain't got to have a perfect relationship, but bruh, you got to choose someone who speaks about you with love when you're not in the room. Because if the person you share a life with can't protect your dignity when the mic is on, they ain't going to protect it when the mic is off either. That's truth you can't ignore. So maybe the lesson here isn't don't marry her or don't joke like that. Maybe the real game is this. Pick someone who makes you feel safe in public and at home. Someone who knows the power of their words. Someone who sees you as a partner, not a punchline. Here's my question for y'all. Do you think this marriage can ever recover publicly, or is the narrative locked in forever? Drop your thoughts below, because I'm curious how y'all reading this one. If you enjoyed this breakdown, you already know what to do. Watch the video that just popped up on your screen because it connects perfectly with everything we talked about today. I'll see you on the next one. Panda out.